Hey everyone, it's James. It's May 12th, about 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4-hour chart of Bitcoin, BTC, USD on the Bitfinex exchange. In case you want to follow along, those are where the numbers are coming from. First of all, it's not investment advice. Second of all, this is the bubble phase, and then we've entered into the bear market thereafter. Price is trying to change the direction, and I'll dive into that right now. So what we see from a bigger perspective, right, is the green uptrend line. That green uptrend line is showing the slow progression of the market at a very subtle slope, okay? What that means is it's going to take longer for price to move to the upside as long as we hold that range, right? So reaching this 11,700 zone and 17,000 zone and 20,000 zone, as long as we continue to break upward and maintain the slope, it's going to take longer than this definitely took, for sure. This is the bubble phase, the euphoric stage. That's done and over with. Now we're looking at a completely different market, right? The market doesn't have the memory for that. Like what we have is this right here. This is the current status of this market. Anything beyond 11,700 is just pure hope at this point, okay? We have to chunk up that way, break above first this 10,000 zone. Well, it's 9,990, but we need to get above this zone before we can talk about this zone. We got to get above 11,700 before we can talk about 17,000. We got to get above 17,000 before we start talking about 20,000. And we got to get above 20,000 before we can start talking about John McAfee numbers, unless you're on some out of this world stuff. Then we can really start talking about some numbers. But anyways, so right now, the market is moving up, right? We have 6,000 as a low, a higher low at 6,400, right? 6,425, I think, is the exact number. So we have our higher lows. Now we also have higher highs, as we can see here. We have the center line, which was a resistance zone for price at 91.77. I gave everybody this number. I talked about the significance of this area. You can obviously visually see the significance of that area. I also said if we broke below it, it was not going to be a good sign. We broke below it, and now here we are falling downward. I talked about in my prior video club consolidation, and that's what we're going to call this. We're now entering club consolidation. The question is, will there be buyers at club consolidation? If there's not, we have to head down to the Dumbo line, which is the green line at 68.50. If there are buyers there, we still hold the uptrend structure. If there is not, and we start to break below, we're going to test 64.25 for a double bottom. But this is such a spaced out double bottom, I highly doubt it'll hold. And instead, we'll just continue downward to the 6,000 bottom. Now, beyond that, it starts to get into fantasy land and starts to get way outside of the perspective that we're currently at. But obviously, if we break 6,000, we're going to go significantly lower. But I'm not going to get into that during this video because it's just too far out into time and in the future. And these videos are not about this, right? We're going to stay grounded and level-headed with our decisions and may give you both sides of the trade so you can make an educated decision. It's not investment advice, but I like to talk about both sides of the trade. So I'm not telling you to cross the street without looking both ways and then risk get hit by a vehicle, you know? So I know people get pissed off and they're like, oh, you're giving us both sides of the trade. How dare you? You need to pick a specific side. You're always going to be right. Well, go back through my videos and tell me when I've ever talked and really stroked my ego on any of them. That's not the point of these videos. These videos are for educational purposes to give you both sides of the trade so you make your own educated decisions. If you need something more in depth, I do have a subscription service at geometriccharts.com. You can check that out and learn more there. But anyways, if price can get back above this 91.77 zone, that's a positive sign that price is going to continue upward. If we break down, you know the number's downward. Now, there's another line here that's holding us and guiding us to club consolidation, and that is our friendly downtrend line. And what this visually shows you is the selling pressure of this market, right? It's just a very simplistic line to show the direction of the market. What this means is there is a heavy influx of sellers in this market, and they are beating the door down to liquidate their positions. Now, if we can get above the simplistic downtrend line, that's a positive indication that buyers are starting to return. Yes, we could still slide down the top of it like a slide, but more than likely we'll have our bottom somewhere maybe into tomorrow or Monday, and that should give us the base to go higher. If not, then obviously we go lower. There's only two directions you can go. Well, there's three directions you go on the chart, horizontally, up or down. But with this market, it typically gets resolved fairly quick. We're either up or down. So you have both the numbers to look at. Right now, we're heading right to this zone that you see here. If we find support in this area, then this should be a nice area to find buyers, to give us the energy necessary to come back up and test this 9,990 zone. If we do not break above 9,990, then $200 million Bitcoin's off the table, as we're going to put in a soft, weaker reaction, and we will continue downward, more than likely blowing out the Dumbo line and continuing further to the downside, okay? So that's it for tonight. That's really the only things I can tell you at this moment, because we're kind of hanging around club consolidation at the front door. It's like we want to go in, but we don't want to go in. You know, we want to ask for buyers. We don't want to ask for buyers, but I do believe by tomorrow we'll have an answer. And tomorrow evening's video, I definitely think will be better than what tonight's is, because I think the market will show us its hand on what it's going to do. And I do think that's in part, like Sunday evening to Monday morning, typically price action picks up. And I think that's definitely due to the futures market opening, which is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time. And that is the reasoning behind that. But that's what I've noticed from following this market. Saturday's typically never a significant day. Just a chop day for most of the time. Swings up and down. Nothing crazy. I think most people are just trying to enjoy the weekend, the little time they have off from work and everyday life. So anyways, if you do like the content, please like, subscribe, follow, share. You know, depending on what social media platform you're on. If you've not joined the free Slack channel, go ahead and do so. It's absolutely free. Over 320 members from all across the world. And people share their own analysis, news, charts. It's a nice, friendly environment to be a part of with like-minded people. And like I said, it's absolutely free to join. You can learn more, or you can find the link there at geometriccharts.com at the bottom. I have a link to my social media accounts. I have a link to my Slack channel. If you're interested in something that goes much deeper than these YouTube videos do, then you can check out my service at geometriccharts.com. I do provide daily or multi videos every single day for Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Neo, EOS. I provided some analysis for Ripple as well because somebody requested that. I also talk about the stock market, commodities, and Forex too. And I do that. It's the subscription is only $24.95 a month. It's a subscription service that just reoccurring every month. I do offer the first 7 days. If it's not for you, I'll give you your money back. Just let me know. We'll cancel everything out. It's not a big deal. I'm not here to take people's money that do not feel that the service is worth their money that they're spending, okay? And I try to keep those videos very educational. I try to cover the trade details if there are trades, and then also cover specific zones to watch for price. And I've got a lot of positive feedback from my subscribers too. So if that's something you're interested in, you can learn more about that there. I don't want to go on a whole rant about it, but that is something additional I do offer, and that's typically where a lot of my time goes. And a reason on why I might not get back to your comments if you do comment on the YouTube videos or you do comment on the other social media outlets is because my time is highly dedicated there, because I have to focus on that area where people are paying me and they're trying to trade their own hard-earned capital based on my decisions and based on my information. So I have to make sure my mind is in the right place while I'm doing that, okay? So hopefully everybody understands. It's not that I'm ignoring your comments because I don't want to talk to you or anything like that. I really appreciate your time and support, especially if you hung on this long. I really, really appreciate it, and I appreciate all my subscribers, because you're the reason why I keep doing these videos. But that's just my appreciation for you. So I hope you understand that. I do appreciate it. If I don't get back to you, it's not disrespect. It's just I am extremely busy, and honestly, I can't even emphasize that enough, especially with having a 3-year-old. That like adds like chaos to everything I do. But anyways, I hope everybody has a great weekend, great night, great day, depending on where you are in the world. And I'll talk to everybody tomorrow.